My grandmother used to tell us stories of her hair and how connected it is to our spirits. That's why we braid it. It holds strength, stories, prayers. When I braid my hair in the morning, I think of my ancestors, of the resiliency they had to survive everything that was meant to break them. My braid connects me to them. Every time I braid my hair, I feel stronger and more connected. It reminds me that I'm still here and that my culture is still very much alive. Colonization didn't just target our lands and language, it went for our hair too, forcing haircuts in residential schools. Braiding is in our resistance. Every time we braid, we are breaking cycles of assimilation.
My hair was it was a coming of age thing, because for most of my life, my dad just cut my hair bald. And then once I hit 13, I finally got my first haircut, and it made me realize I'm finally growing up and I'm on my own. I can speak for myself and do things for myself.
I remember the first time I got my hair braided, intricate braids. I think I was about 6. It was really painful, but it was really enjoyable, and I felt really special in that moment. And although there was a lot of scrutiny going on around me, I think I was able to just kind of prevail over that and kind of understand that it's my hair, my choice, and that it's my crown, it's not for anybody else to interfere with.
My hair was always kind of short, and recently, since probably I was 14 or maybe 15, I started growing out my hair. And then my mom and dad, they started to do my hair cause I didn't know what products to use, and they found some products, and I've been doing it myself ever since.
Sometimes the lady who would come and help us around the house, she'd come into our braids, and braids hold really significant part in our culture. And it's also a really good way of preserving the moisture in your hair when you put oils in, actually. So
my mom used to braid my hair, and then she kind of got sick of it, so she started cutting it. And up until I'd say about grade 9, my hair was always just cut really short. And I just decided one day I want to braid my hair, so I grew it out. And I prefer braids to just having my hair out. I feel like it's more of an expression of myself.
One of my favorite artists is Drake, and his hair was long and he got braids, but recently just cut it. But from before, I think me and him have similar length and hair. And when he braided his hair, that made me want to braid my hair. So I think that one day I'm gonna go and get cornrows like him. I played basketball and looking in the NBA and college, a lot of people have longer hair, braids, dreads, things like that. So in grade 9, I decided to twist my hair, and it ended up going into dreads. And then I recently just cut them off, and it's just when you grow your hair out, you feel free. You can put it any length you want, and you can also cut it and restart and just do whatever you want with your hair. It's your hair, and no one else can tell you what to do with it.
I also really feel it's kind of more empowering for me because I get to choose who can see me and how much of me they can see. I get to choose how I want to express myself. I get to choose, I get to be me, I get to be authentically myself. And when someone sees me walking down the street, they're like, oh, she's Muslim. And I get to be sort of a representation, a walking representation of my faith. But that doesn't take away from me caring for my hair and me loving my hair, because we're encouraged to do so. We're encouraged to look after ourselves. And so it's just it's fun to me that I get to enjoy my hair more because I don't get to show it to everyone, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Muslim women, and specifically as Black Muslim women, we're taught that or it's kind of insinuated, especially in the community, that we're not Black enough or we're not Muslim enough, and it makes me feel a little hurt.
Yeah.
Just because I can be Black and Muslim at the same time. My crown doesn't need to be shown for everybody else to see and enjoy, but it doesn't change the fact that it's for me, with my relationship with myself, and then within that, it doesn't change my relationship with my faith.
Yeah.
I think it's really important for people to understand that.
When I cover my hair, I feel stronger. I feel protecting. My hair is a precious thing that my God gifted to me, and I want to treat it well. As I treat my body, I treat my soul and myself. My hair is a part of me. My hair holds stories and battles that I've been through in my life. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm willing to take care of my hair as it's real structure without changing it.
Usually for guys, black men who have dreads, usually society sees that as like ghetto, or they see it as unprofessional. And if you show up to like a job interview or something like that with dreads, they'll look at you differently. And I just feel like in society, like you could wear whatever hair you want, and you shouldn't get judged for what you choose to like walk around with.
Even walking into certain rooms, you get looks and like you can hear people talking, and it's not a good feeling to be judged based on something you like that's a part of you. And your hair should not be something that people judge you on. You should be judged on your character and your values. But I think that we are progressing as a society, and hopefully we get to a point where everyone's equal and everyone's treated the same.
People might be like, oh, you can just change it. It's like a hairstyle, but people don't understand like what it really means to you. And like, obviously I can't attest to the male perspective, but like from a woman's perspective, I can definitely agree with that. And like even having to change our hair like in the workplace or like at school or things like that, or like parties, like even just being like, oh, my curly hair isn't good enough, maybe I should straighten it or put some relaxer or something like that. I think it kind of hurts because it's like it's part of your identity. It's not just something you can choose to change. It's like it's part of you.
Community does play a big role in that, like in the way, and like the media in general and the way they represent that. It's not necessarily something we can change, but like we can change, like taking one step forward even by just like breaking down like prejudice and biases.
Colonization didn't just target our lands and languages. It went for our hair too. Forced hair cutting in residential schools, discriminatory hair policies in schools and workplaces, laws that made Black women cover their hair because it was too distracting. Our hair has always been policed, but our communities have always resisted.
I was going through old pictures of my dad, and he was out with this afro. He always tells me to like cut my hair, like buzz cut, because his hair, he has like no hair right now, and my brother has his hair short. And seeing him out with the afro, I just didn't expect that he would have like long hair considering what he always tells me.
My grandpa, like he used to have an afro too, but now like he's much older, so it's like become a lot thinner, and like he just decided to cut it off. But he saw my brother with like the longer hair, and he was like, you need to cut his hair, like it's not acceptable. And I found it really funny how like the same people who look really happy with their hair, like all free and liberated, like they can just suddenly switch. And I wonder what happened there.
Yeah. So I wanted to share a special thing for me that means a lot to see my dad showing in the picture with his friend. It's back in the 80s when he used to have a beautiful shining afro. He used to be so proud about his afro showing the picture. He's and his friend. There's another one, here's another one, here's another one. He told me that he used to have a big afro. Every day he go out with his afro out, and he used to take care about it. So I would love to share it with you.
I don't know if you guys saw the show, but it's called Colin in Black and White.
Yeah.
I love that show. And so I remember Colin Kaepernick, he had his hair, like he wanted to do an afro. He was adopted, he was born into interracial household. Yeah. And so he would do his hair in like an afro, and he'd do it in braids, and his like parents didn't really know how to like help him out with that. And so because they don't share the same experiences, but it really made me think like hair is like so empowering, and it tells stories, and it's like your identity as well. And it's just like, it's a great form of self-expression, and it shouldn't be suppressed because of sports or because of the workplace or because of whatever.
Especially like sports where like Black excellence has especially been like very prevalent within it. Like I feel like we should be celebrating that, not like pushing it down and further forcing it like into like a dominant culture, like especially sports.
When I was a kid, like I always wanted like to like I don't know, I always wanted my hair to be like the white girls, because like in the rain, for example, their hair would be all and I'd be like, so what? Why not me? And
I remember trying that once, going in the rain with my
I
girls.
was like,
didn't
absolutely not, never again. But I remember always wanting that, and like I guess I kind of felt left out a bit. And like I always felt like, oh, like because of the shrinkage, like why isn't my hair as long, whatever. And like I guess I just became really self-conscious of it when I was younger.
All of like my friends, they had spiked up hair, and I would go home and tell my mom like, you put gel in my hair and spike it so it looked like the other kids, but it obviously didn't work, didn't stay. So
from a young age, seeing as most of our experiences that we shared now were from a young age, like you need to tell your kids not to touch other people's hair. I'd be like waiting in line for the assemblies and stuff, and people would just like be like pulling on my hair and just like touching the curls, and I'm just like, I didn't know how to say no, because like in my head, they weren't touching it because they liked it. They were touching it because they thought it was like weird or different. Yeah. And so it just made me feel more conscious to actually address it.
Relating to the like lines thing, I remember I was in like grade 4 and we were going to assembly, and I had like these amazing oils in my hair, and then this kid's like, don't put oils in your hair, it smells bad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, can we just like be more culturally sensitive? And like obviously you can't explain that to an 8-year-old, but like I think it really just begins in the home. Like everyone like has something that works for them, and if you don't like something, like keep your mouth shut. Just like if you're not gonna say anything nice, don't say it.
People who don't have curly hair, they don't like understand the concept of like after you get out of the shower and you've applied like things in your hair like shampoo and conditioner, like you don't just leave your hair out and like you don't put anything else in it. You put creams and you put oils, and like they just don't understand that concept, which is fine, I guess. But then it's like when you start to comment on it in like a negative way, that's where like I have an issue with that. And like that happens a lot. Even now when I'm older, it's just like you're grown enough to like know not to do that.
Yeah.
It can take a while, like even if you want to get it braided or twisted, anything can take up to hours, and then like for someone just to go and touch it unprovoked, you feel a little disrespected and violated.
For sure. Yeah. And like adding on to your point, I was saying like your hair is part of your identity. Like you wouldn't go up to somebody and say, "Oh, I love your skin." Like it's not. It's not to say. It's not a normal thing to say. So like people need to understand that like your hair is part of your identity too. It's not like I just like yes, of course I have a choice to pick between which hairstyle I want, but there's always meaning behind that. Hopefully there's meaning behind that. And like for somebody to go and just touch it and like treat it like it's just another thing, it's just like it's not respectful, it's not humane. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel good about myself.
Yeah, when you touch them hair like out of nowhere, just bring your hand over their hair and be like, oh, and touch it and stuff like that. That's because that proves my point that I already said, which is hair absorbing energy. It's due, that's why they feel like we need to keep our hair protected from some people, because you don't know their intuition to your hair. Maybe they be like, oh, is this look weird? Oh, is this look not like mine? She should or he should change the way their hair look like, the structure, stuff like that. So hair is a sacred thing. It's a really sacred thing.
although your hair can't like go in different hairstyles, like you can't do like a side part, you can't like make it wavy, that like you're not different, like you're different, but it's not like abnormal to have your hair like that. And that's basically all. I just wouldn't try to copy other like kids that aren't black, and I would just keep my own hairstyle.
I would tell my younger self that God gave me healthy hair for a reason, and He wouldn't have given it to me if He didn't want me to use it. So I would say to embrace that and to grow it out or cut it however I feel, and don't let anyone pressure me to doing anything that I don't want done with my hair.
Honestly, I tell my younger self to like speak up, because around grade 4, 5, that's when I used to like buzz my hair a lot, and I didn't really have an option. I hated getting my hair cut, and even like to this day, when I sit in the barber's chair, like I still have some sort of feeling towards it because I never had the option of not cutting my hair. So I think I tell myself to speak up about it.
Even if I wear a hijab, that doesn't mean that I don't need to take care of my hair. It doesn't mean that like, oh, there's no point. Like, I can still take care of my hair for me, and like it doesn't have to be like there's a lot of oils I can use, there are different treatments I can use, there are different things I can do to take care of my hair. Just because it's not being shown to everyone doesn't mean I can't care for it for me and like feel beautiful for me.
I tell my younger self to enjoy the fact that you have your loved ones doing your hair. As I get older, it's rare and rare to have my mom and like my aunts and just like anybody that like, you know, used to do my hair have like doing my hair now. And even though like maybe it would hurt sometimes, or you know, like it'd be like a process that like you wanted it to get over, like I tell my younger self, enjoy it.
My roots run deep.
My braids hold history. They tried to cut it.
Tried to break it. But my hair.
Our hair.
Resilience.
Resilience. Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.